Hello everyone. Welcome one, welcome all. Hope you guys have had a great day, a great weekend, as we're about to make it just a little bit better, shall we? Welcome one, welcome all. Thank you guys for stopping by so early here as we are just getting started. Today we're going to be playing some Desynced. Desynced is a game fresh, hot, out on Steam. That's not true. It's not even out on Steam yet. It's set to release a little bit later this week. And today we're playing the preview. The developers kind enough to send us a game key to check it out, you know, press release kind of stuff. And today we're going to be doing exactly that because, well, it's an automation game, and you guys know me in automation games. It's a problem. It's a real problem. Please help. Without further ado, let's go ahead and say hello to everyone in chat. Hello there, Adele, Spy Team, Beema, Living Dead Moose, welcome back, Carbet! Oh, the Carbon Beaker. Hams Gruber, Book Slayer, Charles, Felix, Tlebu, Carrie Farah, Guacamole, Ron Stardust. Welcome one, welcome all. How are you doing? Got myself some nice lemon ginger tea. And plenty of sanity to lose all over again. So, quick spoiler alert. I have done a live stream of this game already this week, so we'll be jumping into the same save file that we were playing earlier. So we will already have some army and some goodies, some things to play with. We'll be doing a lot of, I imagine, programming style stuff in here, programming style, the flowcharting stuff, as well as expanding the tech tree and generally claiming the world as we've gotten ourselves stabilized already in this terrifying new experience. But without further ado, let's jump right into it. Ta-da! Mine friends! This is our military. They hang out here. Also, I'm gonna turn them off because they take a lot of power, because I've got a lot of them. Basically, the history of these guys, I got sick and tired of dealing with bugs, and we wouldn't exterminate us around the world, but this is our base. This is the main bit of our base. This is where we'll be doing most things. We have our main command center here, right in the center, and a few other districts around. This is a little bit of power generation using solar panels. This is our power storage facility. Not too big, but we have some power storage here. Basic material processing here. Notably, we have iron ore to iron ingots. We have iron ingots to iron plates, and iron plates and silica to copper wires. Or wires. We'll see how they look copper, but I don't see any copper involved there. I didn't think about that one. That's how that goes. All right, so this is an automation game, very much so along the lines of Factorio or Dyson Sphere Program or Factorio or Ministry. What makes this game I'm going to describe as unique is that instead of conveyor belts, we use drones. We have robots running around doing all the logistics stuff. So if I were to say need to get some iron ore into here, I wouldn't draw this long conveyor belt from the ore production or from the ore mining and put it into the smelter. Instead, I get some drones to do it for me. Speaking of which, these drones appear to be a little bit occupied. I need to fix that. Let's set you guys up over here then, yeah? Alright. Got a power grid over here. Our drones are they're having a day. But that's fine. Good. Alright. We see the drones going back and forth, carrying all this sweet, sweet, delicious metal ore all the way back to the base. They basically act as the conveyor belts, but you guys know how automation games work. Nothing about this is exceptionally new to this channel. Hey there, Machine Conveyor, welcome in. Alright, it's going to be assembly language fine-tuning or just generic coding, because it lets you do assembly language levels of min-maxing efficiency. Oh no. So, it's flowchart style programming. Let me show you guys some of this. Flowchart. Mind you, it does get almost assembly-like because it has parameters and it has registers. Let's check out this block. We have a bunch of registers here. Signal register, This is the beacon. This is the signal register. This is the... Oh, I forget the name of this one. We have the store register, the goatee register, and I can create additional parameters to use here. I can also do some subroutines, and especially when we get into the subroutines, things get real messy. And by messy, I mean we get down into we're literally doing things by subtracting, multiplying, adding, and it feels very assembly because we're interacting with components, like we're interacting with the outside worlds by setting registers inside the components. So it feels very assembly at that level, but it's all flowchart. Despite the mind state being very assembly, like the way the thought process works. I'll restart you. Alright, and what else am I looking for here? Oh, another one that gives a good example. I'm trying to make a radio controller, like a radio scanner system here, which I didn't work on at the end of last stream. And if you guys want some more assembly style stuff, for loops, there are no loops in this. There are only labels and jumps. That should give you the good example of what kind of level of programming we're dealing with here. So it's all very set label, add number, compared number, add number, jump to label kind of stuff, which is very assembly style. The lines, they go everywhere. I'm probably not going to work on this section on stream. We'll come back to this complicated arcane madness later. But for now, let's just work on stuff that's more simple, easy to understand. Our current goal is expansion of our goodies. By that I mean we are going to hold up. Can I get this guy? Ooh, almost. Only thing I'm missing are these, which are missing cables, which are missing processing speed, question mark? Crystal storage is empty. Where's my crystal storage? Where's my crystal miners? Crystal miners, alright. Well, crystal miners are gone. You guys come over here. You know what? Let's go ahead and get ourselves another storage right over here. I need to get another power extender over here. Start working our way this way. Let's see, let's get our constructor. I have a construction bot doing construction bot things. He's actually currently trying to do construction bot things, but is being rudely interrupted by not having any materials to do so. So let's give him the materials to do so. What else am I looking at here? These guys are currently missing the crystals they need to actually complete this. Understandable. Alright. Let's have you guys come over here. And then I have these set with an AI. I put a logic behavior on them so that they kind of just wander around and collect anything in line of sight. So I'm gonna do that. You guys doing all right? Great. Excellent. Love to see it. As you could only use go-to, so we're attacked by velociraptors. Oh no. So assembly language style loops if jump to label loops. Yep, that's what's going on here. One thing I've noticed is that how am I going to describe this? The flowchart programming has, I'm going to describe it as two different layers. You have what is very simple. These are basically predefined functions. You can do things like, I don't know, solve explorable, which is not anything near assembly. Like, not even close to anything near assembly. Where this actually goes out and solves an in-the-world puzzle. Here, let me show you what that looks like. These guys, these explorables, these are ruined structures. If you interact with them, this one's already been harvested, so there's nothing to interact with. When you interact with them, what they do is they present a puzzle. Like sometimes it's a very literal puzzle, like almost jigsaw puzzle or logic puzzle or connect the dots puzzle, whatever kind of puzzle. And when you complete it, you get a reward. And by reward, I mean it's literally just a few drops of something. Oh no, here's some iron bars for your trouble, which is pretty cool. Sometimes you get some good stuff, like an entire bot will drop out of it sometimes, but I digress. If I were to go over to this guy, here we have the Solve Explorable subroutine already written for us. And most of these work in similar manner. Pick up items, drop off items. You know, if you give it to pick up items, it will literally just walk over to the place, pick up items out of it, and then that's it. And you don't have to code things like, you don't have to tell the unit to move. You don't have to tell the unit how many items to pick up. It just does it. It just knows, because that's how these subroutines work. So when you're just starting out, it's real easy to just connect up a couple of these, like move over to a location at mine and then drop off the goodies somewhere else. Real simple, real easy. I personally find that the subroutines that you start with, all of these things, there's a bunch of them. I find them all extraordinarily infuriating to work with because they just don't work as they want them to, or have side effects, or just freeze and have mental breakdowns or something of the sort. So I've taken it upon myself to rewrite a bunch of them. Like here we have a subroutine, which is this is a custom. I called it custom double basic metal mine because we have a basic miner here. This mine operation functionally does the same thing as the custom subroutine I have here, except this one that comes with the game only works with a single mining component. Doesn't work with two mining components, and it also doesn't check for power. It will try to mine even if it doesn't have power to mine. It will not check for distance. It will try to mine even if it's out of range and can't actually mine. And it has some problems with it. So I've spent a lot of time rewriting things like that. So that's done a lot of coding with that, or flowcharting with that, and it's a good time generally all around. I do genuinely enjoy it. I like this game. This game makes me happy. But I digress. What was I working on? Oh, yes. For one, let's get these bug guts out of here. Cute. I need to work on technologies, and I need to work on... oh, it's crystals. Doing alright over here? Alright, you guys... let's set you to your proper location. Copy, paste, paste, paste. Stop behaviors, restart. Alright, give them a good old-fashioned reboot. And paste these over here. Give them a good old-fashioned reboot. And go. Alright. So, now I need... where's my transportation bot? Definitely need more transportation bots is what I need. So we'll enable this. Let that get sucked off to somewhere. There you go. You go here, please. Start carrying that across. Disable this. Excellent. Alright, so now we have these over here, which need the same treatments to get to this guy. Let's see, I could also use some additional power extender over here to get to this metal. How are you holding up? Nope, don't do that. You construct this guy, please. And thank you. Alright, all of you guys. need to... I need to select this here first. Now I copy you. Don't select the scout. Okay. Don't select the scout. So that one's got different properties. Paste. Okay, you guys come over here. And stop behaviors and go. What happened? Alright, individually check to see if they're okay. They seem to be. You guys good? Excellent. Disable this. They are all mining once again. This is full, so it cannot be collected. Alright, you need to start going over here. And you... Wow, this is all full, and it's not being used. Well, that's awkward. That's why I can't harvest from there. You can store here and enable. Now we should have everyone go over there and do that. Great! So now we are still just missing crystal throughput, although it's coming in quite much quicker now. I could definitely use some additional... We're still keeping up with this. We are keeping up with this as well. Curious. The included subroutines being bad seem very intentional. I don't know. I genuinely don't know the answer to that question. It could just, like, it could very easily just be me being finicky or being unwilling to work with the quirks of the things. Like, there's no great solution there. Let's see, this is operating. I definitely want a second one of these going, because these take a while to produce. Definitely take a while to produce. So let's do that exactly. We need refinery. Let's produce refinery. A refinery here and another refinery here, please. Thank you. You know, why don't I make a automate some of the automation here? Just make a building that does the basics. That way I don't have to manually construct them. Which isn't a big deal, but still. Let's see. Assembler. Assembler makes all three. Assembler and assembler. You get one assembler, please. I really want these laser mining tools. That would be so nice. Alright, your job is produce cable. Your job is also produce cable. Please make cable. It's gonna drain me of resources so quick. It just means we need to vacuum up more resources. Okay, now you specifically produce assemblers. And you get an assembler, please. Once you have an assembler, you need to produce not assemblers, but mechanics assemblers. And then you, please obtain an assembler. And then you... this is supposed to be do infinite, please. Do infinite. Do infinite. And you now produce refineries, do infinite. Excellent. What is this game? How is it different from Dice's Sphere, Factorio, or Satisfactory? It's very similar to Factorio. I would say it's almost a cross between Factorio and Dice's Sphere. It is top-down, as you can see. It has this very RTS style. Unlike Factorio and Dice Sphere, you don't have a player control. You don't have a player. It's you are the overlord, StarCraft style, that gives the commands and does all the ordering. Good. Alright. So there is that. And what makes it stand out among all of it is that instead of using conveyor belts for things, there are no direct links. There are only drones, and lots of drones, which means we can do all kinds of disconnected madness. And also, everything is programmable, even buildings. This is one where I'm starting to program a radio frequency management system. Good. Okay. You want this so bad? Wish they put up the price already. No, it broke. You're gonna be. Oh no. I have no idea what the price is gonna be. Only one way to find out, and that's to wait and find out. Alright, so what I need to do is I need to start getting blight research going. I also would like these. Scanner tech I would also like. We're still a ways away for these to complete, which is fine. Alright, so for blight tech, however, we need to get into the blighted region. And the blighted region uses technologies and systems that we don't quite have set up yet. We need a blight extractor, as well as a blight containment. Small visibility module. Interesting. Okay, let's get a blight extractor going. Let's get 4 of these going. Let's see, virus technology. I don't really have... I really don't have much in the way to do this. So I need green. I need these, and I'm just not super keen on... I'm just not super keen on doing that right now. Light, on the other hand, looks cool. These are just comically expensive, which is fine, but also comically expensive. Okay. Wouldn't be surprised if someone found a way to program things such that they built a more advanced computer with its own weird sort of higher level language to make things just do everything. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Hello there, the Night Rogue. How you doing today? Alright, so we have 4 of these. Let's get ourselves a new robot. How about 2 new twin bots? We have components for them. And then... what else do we want? Blight containers. I think we probably don't need... maybe we do. Yeah, let's get 2 blight containers. Or... yeah, 2 blight containers. Start with those. Should be easy. I do really like this on-demand style system here. And I wish I could make it larger. And actually do parallel processing. That would be cool. That would be very cool. Very, very much so in my interests. Jeez, look how fast our systems produce things now. Alright. Okay, so we have 2 of these guys, which can supposedly just go... extract blight gas when placed inside a blighted area. And what is a blighted area but one of these places? We can just go sit over here, although we're probably going to need power. Alright, let's get ourselves started on the power process. We're looking for prefabs. Light is straight across here. How convenient. I've already started going this way. Please construct. We will need many more power poles. Small power fields. I should produce an entire machine dedicated to these things. So let me get a small building here. That way I have at least a few of these on standby at all points in time. But I also like to get some more scouts, as nice as these dash bots are. More scouts, they're just so much faster, they're so much better, just literally every way. Goes into a main character's your headquarters, stationary, otherwise middling. Yeah, but it doesn't actually do anything. It's not even like important. It's just present. It's just a one-size-fits-all thing. It can do anything, is what it can do. It is only one, but it can do anything. Factory game or PvE? This is factory game. Strictly PvE. Alright, what are we missing here? Oh, we're actually running out of silicon. Nice! Let's duplicate these guys, shall we? Looking for this. Might have to set ourselves up with a larger silicon facility, but for now, it'll be fine. These are missing crystal. These are also missing crystal. Looks like we're having some problems with the crystal throughput here. Why? Let's get another dash bot, or even better yet, a scout. I don't think we have any available scouts. Alright, you are now strictly logistics. You go to here and bring it over to here. Good. Second logistics bot going back and forth. Our mine is still dysfunctional. Not really. Not really. Okay, what's going on here? Why aren't you depositing here? Actually, though, why aren't you depositing? You have... Go. Go. Why are you idle? You are set to store here. Oh, I see. It's this guy. Ooh. Cancel orders. Okay. Give me a moment. Nope. Let's do this. And now we come here and we cancel all. Great. Love to see it. Okay. Enable, please. Okay. We got a bit of a backlog there of pain, but we cleared it up. What was I doing? Alright, over here. Looking for... These guys need to be moved, which I believe we already have kind of sort of set up. Kind of sort of. Looking to do some more prefabbed power extender here. Abort this, abort this. Let's grab you, set you. Power extender here. That should get us into the Blights. I'm going to bring the army online for a moment. Move it down here. Because I don't know what to expect in this region. And, not super keen on finding out via, well, unpleasant experiences. Okay. Let's bring the Blight Harvesters down. Away we go. It's just haulers this time being dysfunctional. Something like that, yeah. Let's do this. There you go. No, get you further back. Because otherwise you're going to get in the way of the... There you go. You're close. Close enough. Let's see. These are all dropped resources. We can get the Hoover over here. A little bit of Roomba. We don't need this active right now. What we do need, however, is setting your storage to here and your base of operations right here. Then we need you to go nuts. Go collect everything. Alright, how you guys hanging out over here? Still not enough room to drop things off. Either way. Oh, they're still harvesting. Is what's going on. Alright, almost done over there. Go construct that one, please. Next. Work in progress. These are both suffering for... Hey, the traffic snake is starting to catch up to us. Nice. Different biomes, a different effect. Kinda, sorta. Kinda, sorta. How big are the enemies? Big enough to drop cow patties of these size, as you have rightly put it. Alright. So we have some basic automation stuff done here. Great, great. Love to see it. What else am I looking for? Miners, small batteries. What I would really like is to get... Drones, I'm not keen on right now. I think let's start making some of these components and just getting them into production. There. It's going to be expensive, but worth it. Going to take a hot second for all of that to get through. Are you done? Nope, we're still waiting for the small power field to come through. Of which we have a few laying around. Are these guys done to the silica? Not quite. I'll figure it out. Searching for silica is what he's doing. Not finding it despite it being right here. Found it. Good job, team. He's thought this was DSP. DSP, I'm very interested. Because as you may know, DSP does have the enemies update coming out soonish. Eventually. And I'm very into that idea. Okay, so we've almost made it into the blighted region. We need just a little bit more. Don't want to body block that. Put it right here. Go. I'm actually going to have him go back over here because that's where all this stuff is coming from. Zoom in. Alright, how's Scavenger coming along? Scavenger's still picking up all the stuff. Where it works for me. Excellent. Okay. I have a lot of bug components, and I'm okay with this. Alright, so we are missing circuit boards, for which we're missing both crystal chunks and steel plates. Metal plates. We're missing mostly metal plates, which is being bottlenecked by processing speed, it would seem. Okay. So let's make 2 more of these then. I can live with that. You know the best part about this? All this, if you guys remember all the work we did coding all this stuff, I'm going to have to undo it. Because we need to, at some point, fundamentally change the way at which we harvest. Because I can't keep expanding out in all directions with power nodes. We have to do disconnected roaming miners. Like, that's just a requirement. We are once again out of crystal, which is not unexpected given that we are once again out of crystal. How are you not? They just vacuum this up real quick is what they do. Okay. And, go. You did it! They all figured it out. Look how pretty that was. They just all went into their spots. No fuss, nothing. They just did it. Alright, is this guy done yet? He's on the way back with stuff. Great. Excellent. Like the graphics? I do too. They're quite nice. They're very good. Simple, gets the point across. Works. He's coming back carrying all the goodies. And then we'll get new construction options. And done. And power. Alright, so now you guys can enter. Ah, we can't enter because we don't have... Maybe we do? Okay, we can't get deep into it, but we can get onto the edge of it, which is enough to activate these, it would seem. So now these are just going. Great, love to see it. Okay. Let me construct one of these right here. And we'll bring stuff back. Let me see. If I were to do... Let's build one more of these blight containers. Back to messing with the miners. Well, yes. And all of my experience doing this will 100% come in handy. But it's going to need to be fundamentally different than how it... than how it was operating so far. What are we missing? We've got crystal powder. We have the ingredients laying around. They're just not here. Okay. Let me see. I need one of these. All of our bots are currently busy doing things, and we do not currently have the capacity, worker capacity to move them around. Alright, do we have crystal already in power somewhere? No. So let's just go prepare to mine this one then. Prefab, small power extender. And let's construct this one, please. Excellent. No conveyors, just straight up code. Yes! Yes. Which is nice. This guy has half the materials needed for this. The other half is crystal, which... work in progress. Let's see, I also need a small power extender right here. Yeah, it'll be fine. Okay, you produce basic fabricators, do infinite. All those goodies, you love to see it. We have basic fabricators to use, as this is just missing basic fabricators in order to come online. Once these have, once this has been completed, taking damage. What's going on here? Scavenger has wandered into Timbuktu, which is not a surprise. That's kind of sort of what he's meant to do. Oh no, but he's gone. Oh well. I would like to get him back, though. Let me see if I could do that. Actually, let's do create folder. T1 bots. And then we're T1 bots folder. And for blueprints, we want to create new blueprints of bots dash bots, which uses an radar, among other things. Portable radar. Is this Blightstorm? Okay. Radar is set to dropped item with a... That doesn't need a dropped item. What we need is a... Where art thou? Behavior controller. Set to... I don't know how to... adjust this. Behavior controller here. Here it is. We want to set this to scavenger. Load. Okay. We don't need this to be configured with anything. And then scavenger bot. Roomba V1. Okay. He just does Roomba things. Now, in this instance, because we already have a Roomba configuration, Roomba loadout out in the world, I don't need to actually create a new Roomba. Instead, we just create a new basic bot. And then let that go. How's this holding up? Great. So what we need to do is get this set to here. We get a blight storage, and then you store here, and you store here. As this thing can't currently store without the blight storage. Oh, well. This is a component, not a... okay. Please deconstruct this. This is fine, too. What is something else we need constructed here? Miners? I could always use some miners. Capacitors. Yeah, there's a lot of things we need constructed here. Okay, how about just a basic small building? 2S? 1S. 1S should be fine, I think. Next, what am I looking for here? As once this is complete, we should have plenty of opportunities to get additional technology. Actually, these are off-grid, so I can't have them interact with other drones. But if I put it here, then this can be on-grid. Then we need additional storage. These guys still haven't dropped off their goods, probably because we're suffering lack of ability to actually utilize all the things that we're harvesting, which is a good problem to have. Very good problem to have. Okay, you need to produce. How about some miners? do infinites. You need another one of these. Oh, hey, it's coming online. Great. 2 more items to operate. Get all these basic goodies and components going. I love it when you get to see the factory expand. What exactly is Stormbud's doing? They are harvesting storm energy, corrupted storm energy, and storing it inside of a container is what they're doing. Gonna have to gonna have to get back to me later on that one. Let's make large wind turbines do infinite here.
Warning, nuclear launch detected.
Nuclear launch. 15 feet. Oh my. 15 feet. Coming in with the...
Quiet night in chat, so let's liven it up a bit with a nuke.
Hey. Well, that just makes things even more exciting. How you doing tonight, 15 feet? Coming in with the absolute megaton, dropping the 50. How you doing? Hope you guys have had a... Hope you've had a great weekend. How was your weekend today? As 15 feet drops the largest bit of support on chat that we've seen all weekend. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so once this has its storage, it should operate. Let's get one more of these. Got a bot for reasons. Having a good night. Seen you playing this game. It's interesting. So you understandable. Yeah, you know what? That's relatable. I'm enjoying this game as well. It's a good time all around. You drop off here. And then restart you over here. Go. Alright. Hey, figured it out. Alright, good job, team. You did it. I like how my solution to the bots meandering about is just enjink in their current position, whatever that may be. Alright, so we're going to send our military down here to solve this problem. Because they killed my Roomba, and that's illegal. Go collect our Roomba goodies. Look at all these creatures over here. Being alive. Let's solve that problem. There's so many of them. Holy smokes, it's an ambush. Fortunately, we overkilled our army size by... Oh, it's a lizard creature. Ravagers. Oh, we don't want to be here. We're going to lose units. Okay. The bugs are getting a bit rough around the edges here. But we've broken them, and I'm going to take advantage of their position by wiping them out entirely. Okay, no more of this. It all goes away. All of it. Okay. It's a nice, clear little plateau. Okay, Roomba, where did your friend fall? Here it is. Alright, so we did lose a couple soldiers here. I have to go recover that stuff. I believe I have an extra. Yes, I do. I can bring you down here. Go pick up their loadout, their kit, and add another one back here. Okay, so you, sir, where did Roomba go? Right here. Scavenger. Roomba V1. Alright, you set your home here and your storage to here, because this is already configured. Great. You go in hotkey 3 and let's go. Vroom. Get vroomin'. So I'll go vacuum up all these goodies and drop them off where they need to be. Excellent. Did they reinforce that when it's taken? They don't intend to take it back. They will meander about. So I do have to be careful here. But I have an army and I'm not too beat up about it. If they try something, I'll smash them even harder. What I'm more concerned about are things like this, where I'm kind of building at the edge of the darkness, because things can just kind of meander in. Which is why I have the army right here. But places like over here, where the darkness has already been pushed back substantially, not too worried about it. We've already cleared out most of this, and by the time they start coming back, we'll have time to react to it. Does that make sense? Seems interesting enough of a brain workout with this. I imagine so. Although I also come with the understanding that the way I play this game is definitely not going to be the same as everyone else. I tend to be somewhat masochistic with my interests in getting things to work the way I want them to. Most people will just kind of roll with what's given, and that's a-okay. Rich metal has been... We've devoured this entire... Okay. It's fine by me. I should have one more of you. Great. Come on down to Military Town. As Roomba runs around and does Roomba things. Alright, so I need to have a bot that just has one of you on it. Let's put it on a scout because it's fast. And then set this here. Give us some storage. This here. Give us some storage. And then we'll start next research. Blights research. Go. You can do it. We'll be a lot slower than previous research opportunities because it will rely on this scout in particular to do the deliveries, because I don't have any other logistics spots capable of doing that. And we seem to have an order here. I don't see Roomba Bot going for it. Right, no, there he is, okay. Yep, it's gonna be a while. You know, let's do this. Just get it all over there. And then come back to it later. Divvy it up as necessary. Did you make it over here? You did. Alright, come on down, collect your friends' gubbins. Then we'll return to the whole expansion policies. Mildly sweet, delicious ginger lemon tea. Okay, put you back on hotkey 1, and then I have the army. Once again, at whatever count it was. This hotkey, if you guys notice on the side of the screen here, the hotkey runs off the screen. Like, it stopped rendering them a while ago. I have more units in this box than there are selectables on screen. That's just what's happened. Okay, you guys shut down. Remind you to never hurt the Roomba. Never hurt the Roomba. Roomba is good, Roomba. We don't hurt the Roombas here. Okay, I'll do a power extension here and set you to construct said power extension. What am I looking for? This button, please. Construct. We really need a better way of doing that. Not certain what's happened here, but we need to come back over here and reset these. Go. And they should figure their way out. So this is some of the issues that they tend to have, where they just get stuck. But we've... Notice how they run around and then redo it. Then they go back and find a new thing to play with. A new node to play with. This is exactly the problem that we fixed. We fixed the whole major issue. Which, that makes me very happy. That makes me very, very happy. Like, holy smokes, does that make me happy. Okay, so this blight research is gonna take a while. But here we are anyways. Let's put this guy here so that we don't have to rely on our one bot to do anything other than get... Because now this building can directly supply this building adjacent to it. We don't have to rely on our one bot to move stuff around. Which is fine by me. Okay, what else am I looking for here? Let's see, what else can we produce that needs to be produced en masse? All of this is either one stuff or something that we need to have an inventory, any amount of inventory of, but not much inventory of. Deployer. A deployer would be nice. Feels like it's against my moral values to create that, but it would be nice. Virus protection beacons. I haven't found anything worth beaconing. These guys we definitely want some of. I believe these big old smelteries. Yeah, They are not a... Get some basic capacitors as well. Not groupable. I'm not sure what you're referring to there. What is it that you're referring to as not groupable? I think the rest of these are... deal with them as they're needed kind of situation. Like, could you assign your war party to say hotkey to select them all? Oh yes, I have hotkeys on everything. That's how I'm camera location hotkeys. Like I'm flying around all over the place using keyboard hotkeys and such. Is what I'm doing. That's how we teleport our camera around. Alright, looks like our silica production is running low. It's because it is indeed running low. These guys have gotten too far away from the silica patch and are thus no longer operating. We can solve that by just walking them up to it and telling them to go. Get. And now we're getting. Are there bigger, better bots on the line? Yes! In fact, I can look at some of them because they're next in the tech tree. They're just kind of expensive. And although we about have the ability to create them, I think instead I want to create a re-simulator. And throw you right here, because I don't know what else to do with you. This is something I need to experiment with some more of. I know somewhat how to use it. Somewhat. But I don't really know how to use it. But it is one of the major events to complete in the game. One of the major tasks. So, to keep that in mind. Rip headphones. What'd you do to your headphones? Alrighty, have a good night there, Living Dead. Catch you later. This is definitely taking a while. That's why we just let the science run in the background, eh? Okay, so we have some of these here to do everything. This also means whenever we need power, we can just create a large power turbine and just slap it down. Which is nice. Still have this guy hanging out here, and I don't want to hurt it because it's an allied faction. Despite it being corrupted by every sense of the word. There is a logic path happening that causes these guys to do weight ticks, and I don't like it. Does this game have a map limit, or is it like Factorio just keeps on going? As far as I can tell, it just keeps on going. I haven't found a limit, but this thing is massive. That's what it is. Like, it just seems to keep on going. There's nothing else for it. Okay. And I say it keeps going, I mean it just doesn't stop. Like, it's massive, and you can zoom all the way out. Like, to the point where you can't even see your base anymore. It's just ridiculous. To burn through a silica faster. Didn't realize they didn't copy these and put it down. Okay. Sitting here wondering why the silica is not getting boosted. It's because the silica wasn't boosted. Oh boy. How are you holding up? Ran out of power. Okay. Big shock. I really should give you a capacitor, shouldn't I? Like, you didn't have one before. There's no reason for me not to give you one, yeah? Go get your capacitor, please. Wait a minute. Does that actually fit? Because I think internal components can also fit in medium sockets. We'll see. Now I have all of these here, but they won't operate without silica. And silica is just a work in progress at the moment. Like, we've got... Okay, what's going on here? We just don't have enough units providing it. The bottleneck is not the mining. Okay, makes sense. Hey, alright. Internal components, so now we... library. And we... V1. Let's copy you. Go to library. Pastes. 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 No? Okay. Save current selection. Delete this one. Delete the old one. Alright. New Roomba V1. Go scavenge. What did you find over here? Oh, there's scattered resources over here. Okay. Right next to base. I mean, this is fine too. More haulers needed? Yeah. Yeah. So it would seem. They'll probably even out. The throughput should even out because these guys dump off massive truckloads at a time. But we definitely could use some more haulers. Definitely could use some more haulers. They're just still producing blights, which is awesome. We are about halfway done with our current blight research. Once that's completed, then we can get some additional goodies going. Blight technologies going. Which I think would be awesome. And done. Great. So much silica processing speed. It is beautiful. Now we just need the actual silica to get over here, which is easier said than done, it would seem. How's it going so far? It's going pretty well. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this greatly. Dump off your truckloads. And then the next dash pods come, pick it up. Let me produce some storages for these. Small storages. Icons at the top of the various resources, yes. That gives you a quick overview as to what we have, don't have, and whether or not we're draining or producing sufficiently. All of our miners are operating at maximum speeds, which is great. Let's produce small storage components here. Gonna be using those a lot, I think. If we upgrade our dash bots here, we should get some better goodies. How are you path blocked while standing out in the open? Oh god, okay. Apparently there's an item inside here, which is just in the terrain that it physically can't get to, which is interesting. Look at it way down there. Well, that's why this thing had a breakdown earlier. Because it can't get to the item it wants. Well, that's awkward. Well, I guess that just lives there forever now. Okay. All of this, it needs to be mined. It is hardened. In that case, let's pause you. And then we do... wait a minute. You guys are dumping off over here. Supposed to be dumping off over here. Okay. Let's reset you to here. Copy, paste, paste. Paste to everyone. Reactivate you. Reactivate you. And open this up to the masses. Both of you guys need to reset your positions to here. Nope. Here and here. We'll have the swarm come harvest these as needed. And let's set your storage block to this one. And then your operating point here, and go Roomba all the things around here, please. Thank you. I'm not sure what's around here, but I'm sure you'll figure it out. Got some silica, some crystals around. Good. I like how it just goes around and collects things. It's just such a good little robot. Okay, so we're still struggling for silica here. Let's check out our silica bots. They have a distance to travel. It is a long distance to travel. You're a silica bot? I think you are. To get you some upgrades. Anyone who dares pick up silica from here is going to get an upgrade. How's the programming? Flowchart. That's the programming. It's fine. Slickbot, Slickbot. Give you a additional storage upgrade. That should boost throughput substantially. As with these storage upgrades, you'll notice they have 2 storage places, which is not great for hauling of things. But once they get the upgrade, bing, 6 storage, which is a lot more storage. Like a lot more storage. And with it, they should be able to handle throughput a lot better. Well, hello there. If it isn't Beldair.
Nuclear launch detected.
Why are you like this? Why you do this to me, Beldair?
I wish to curse your pathfinding. May the robots get lost.
Our pathfinding is fine. Like, it's actually working really well. They're actively, not only are they operating around here, but they're actively hunting and finding all the silica. So, ha! I pointed at my camera like it's on. Is the game out now? No, it's currently in preview. Preview for the content creators, really. However, it is coming out next week, or later this week, I believe. Because if you get constantly lost, you hope your bots do too. Bite me. This is... I will handle this cleanly. Every time. I will take my map reading skills and use them appropriately. Two more wind turbines up here, please. Don't mind if I do. This dashbot lives here to defend against the virus. Steam says the game will be available on August 15th, 3 days from now. And Steve, did you see the demo? Yes. Well, it'll be available soon. You had to point out you were troubleshooting your Pathfinder for almost 3 hours and at one point wanted to cry. Shh! No one saw that. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Pathfinding has been a waking nightmare, to say the least. Like, to say the least. Okay. I just really want to see what this next tech is going to give me. And I'm kind of like sitting here waiting for it to complete when there are other things I could be doing. Like programming my bots to do more things. Hope the devs is question, but oh, I'm sure. Right? It's game's not even properly released yet. I'm sure they have plenty of things to do. So here's the thing. In order to do a roaming miner squad, I need a few pieces of technology that I just don't currently have. Which is, while fine, it means I'm not super keen on the whole starting the roaming bots madness stuff just yet. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum. How would I want to handle this? Okay, so for these guys, this costs crystals and high density frames, which are expensive. This is not cheap. This is a lot of components. This is an incredible amount of components is what it is. And we're bottlenecking on these, which is, at this point, mostly processing speed in the bottleneck. But it's fine. Oh, hey, it's done. Great. So how this works, this much I do know. You take these and you throw the data cubes into here. I don't know what the stability is. It concerns me. But you take data cubes, throw them in here. They get consumed by the machine. And then you can do things with it. One of the things you can do is you can take these miners, chuck it into the machine, and watch what happens when you do this. You put the miner in here, and it operates on the miner, upgrading it into a laser mining tool, which is the really fancy one. So I'm gonna do that again. All it costs at this point is blue cubes. 'Cause that's pretty good. Made that idea. The other fun thing you can do is let's go ahead and make one of these worker bots. Should be real quick. These things are silly cheap. Here, send a few more cubes into here. So now we've got 2 laser mining tools to play with, which is amazing. How are you not done yet? Oh, we're out of iron ingot. Interesting. Big surprise, actually. But we do have more ore being dropped off. Okay. This is time for another 14 hours of algorithm troubleshooting. Solid maybe. Definitely a solid maybe. It's, You know you can make presets without needing to build the bot first? Yes, I did. Have I played Space Haven? Not to my knowledge. I don't remember anything by the name of Space Haven. What is it? In other news, worker. I'm gonna tell the worker to go visit the Roost Simulator, because if you guys remember, the workers are kind of pitiful. Real pitiful. Hey, Blight research is done. Great. Like, the workers are super pitiful. So we're gonna put this guy in here real quick. Once this Blight Storm finishes, we'll get our power back and get actually be able to complete this. But as you can tell, it's currently operating. Imagine I took a nap today, still thinking about the troubleshooting. Actually, yes. Literally, yes. Dreamed about it. I had more ideas on how to fix it. At the end, I'm gonna have to rewrite it all. As I was mentioning before, I'm gonna have to actually rewrite it all because I need to fundamentally change the way these operate. But as it stands, these operate pretty consistently, which is fine. And anyways, we put a very pitiful-looking worker in there, and when it's finished being upgraded, out pops a fully fledged and pristine new little scout, which, as you guys may know, is an incredibly powerful unit. And I'm just gonna set it onto the main line and let it do things. And scouts are the units we probably want to be using instead of dashbots for the big old operations down here and movement of stuff. Because they're fast, they're physically faster, and they carry more stuff. Uh-oh. Yep. Tick overflow. Alright, drag you guys. Stop all behaviors, since you've vacuumed all the crystal here. Bum, 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 boom. Okay. Alright, let's store here. And just paste, 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 paste. And go. Look at it. It's so pretty. They just go around and actually collect things. It's so nice. After all these years. Alright, you... Well, for one, you get an upgrade. Wait. No, what's going on here? No, no, no. Stop it. No. Cancel. Don't want to do that. The success worth of all of yesterday's facepalming? Yes, because I'd never have to do it again. Ever. Okay. Good. Accidentally produced a bunch of those, but that's fine. Okay, so now... all we need is to have our crystal operators go to here instead. We're just collecting way too much crystals. What's going on here? Go to here instead. Excellent. Build your own space station, manage the crew. It's Colony Sim in space. Space Haven. No, I've never played it. I haven't heard about it, actually. I built this here for a reason. I don't remember what it was. What was I trying to construct? It's... power transmitters. That's what it was. Huh. Yeah. Oh, this guy. Silica resource expended. Y'all devouring silica way too fast. Alright, what was I doing here? I was getting these. One of these set to here. It's a big newish. I'll have to look it up. If you go into the Discord and post it in the suggestions, that's gonna be the best way for me to get that information to me. Because like otherwise, as much as I would love to say that I will remember and actually look it up, the reality is at the end of a stream, I generally forget a lot of those details. So the best way to let me know is to put it onto the community Discord. Okay, reset you. Silica miners, go. Alright, now... now we need our silica dudes, which are you two, I believe. You guys now go collect from this one. Nice. It's gonna be beautiful. Posted in member Discord. That works too. This guy off grid? No, he's just harvesting here. That works. However, we need to make sure that you are now set to this one. Small power extender. Let's have you construct. Alright, new blight technology. This unlocked blight plasma and internal blight containers, which is amazing. Next, we can do plasma concentration. We could do blight visibility. We could do blight shields. Go down this. Go down the center path for now, I suppose. But we do need that new blight plasma, which we can do here. Once it's all done, that is. I think what I want to do here is do a 2S building. Just slap it right here, I suppose. I can take these out, put them over here. Let's produce... let's make another machine for this. Let's see, what are you? Here we go. What does it cost to produce these blight containers? Nothing blight related. Great, great. Good luck for this stream. Thank you there, boss. This is what I like about these kind of streams. These are very chill, very relaxed. If you guys just want to sit back, banter, and chat, you can. That's what it's here for. Keep up a chat real easy. If you guys have any like questions, commentary, all that fun stuff, it's all here. I could just sit back, relax, enjoy my tea. Okay. So we need one more of these put into here. Did we happen to unlock any new blight related mechanical? No. So here we are now doing... oh, what was it? Nothing yet. Is it here? It's here! Okay, I am wrong. Okay, just get out of that inventory, because we need these guys over here. Thank you. And then request a second item as well. It's another refinery. Okay. What's it cost to make these? Oh, black crystal. We don't have any black crystal. Nor do we have black crystal harvesters. I mean, you kind of count as a black crystal harvester. Kind of. Alright, let's do... got a bunch of black crystal here. So chuck you here. And then you do... just start harvesting something, anything. Just so we have it. And start turning all of our goodies into plasma. Alright, you specifically need to be making these. Please and thank you. Well, that was a mistake. Not a big one. Okay. How about our next research? Yes, work in progress. We need these materials for the next research. But, gonna take us a moment to make that happen. It'd take us a notable moment to make that happen. How are we looking on materials? Still starved for iron. Is it starved for throughput here? What's going on here? Starved for logistics. We have how many requests going? Ooh, boy. Yeah, we could use some more logistics out here. Alright. Our bots need to be faster. Things need to be better. Okay, you go here. You go here. Get over here, please. And this needs to have an internal blight storage. Oh. Do infinite. Need an internal blight storage so you can function. And probably then more, yeah. Okay, we will set this to store here. Just go for now. We did get those additional. We did. Alright, great. That also means I could probably do with an additional large wind turbine here. And then just work my way around the edge. Should have the material just kind of laying around. All of our bots are currently out. What on earth are you guys doing? You are on the network, which explains why all of our bots are so far away. Okay, get off the network. We have one job. You come over here and do this, please. This is already done. Good. Having fun? Yes, yes, I'm having a lot of fun. This guy is mining. Store here. And then this guy can store, I don't know, over here, I suppose. This is fine. We're going to need... Hey, this is operating. Excellent. We're going to need internal storages on all of these, I think. Because we do need the basic blight extract in gaseous form in order to do any of these. This unlocks obsidian. This unlocks blight cubes and blight turrets. This unlocks medium blight containers and blight chargers. Allows the bot to move into blighted areas. Provides a small amount of power from the blight. Cool. Notice we have blight terraformer. We can imprint blight upon the landscape. Enables advanced power generation and storage applications. I think I want this, like, desperately. Blight mechanics for isolating and eliminating rogue architecture. I don't know what this does. But it looks like it gives us re-simulator stuff, which is interesting to me. Very interesting to me. So I don't know what it does. Alright, in the meantime, We are still struggling to produce cables, which is due to us struggling to upkeep these guys, which is due to us struggling to upkeep the other components of it, namely silica and, oh boy, silicon plates. You broke. Need to reboot you. Everyone else is fine. We'll figure it out eventually. Still harvesting. Getting so much silica out of this. It's beautiful. Excellent. Okay, not much forward, I think, at this point. Aside from carrying on. No longer need this here. No free space, though. Let's see, what else do we have here worth creating? I think not much. Alright then, in that case, I think I'm going to start constructing the next tier of bots. How do I want to handle this? For the tech tree, do I want to use these bots? I'm not sure. What is this? It's a rock. Slow moving but mounts a large component and has exceptional inventory space. Huh. Okay. Scanner tech enables me to scan new technologies. But I think I want to do this. Do I care? I think I just use item upgrades. They're all pretty expensive. This starts me down new tech trees. Hello. Curious bot, so we can finally scan you to figure out what's going on with that. Either way, we are going to need crazy amounts of these data cubes. Like, lots of them. Hello, curious bot. How you doing? Good morning there, Andromeda. How you doing? It's just looking around. I mean, I don't mind, but it's just hanging out. Okay. Good lord, we could use so much more. So much more stuff. Let's prefab. Let's get another power extender here. Put you over here. Produce this, please. Ours not a good fit. Outfit. You wish they were all banned. You are not the only person to have mentioned that over the course of your lifetime. Let's see. Storage block. Go. Alright, no new goodies around here. Excellent. Do you have some goodies around here, though? So let's set new place to search around here. Deposit into this location. And, go, scavenger, go. Go do Roomba things. Look at it hunt. Look at it's gonna hunt everything. Vacuum. Found a lot of crystal. I'm okay with this. Bum, 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 bum. And away we go. The off-grid, what's going on here? No, we're just net negative on energy production. Barely, but net negative nonetheless. They were spamming Russians and putting things in yell chat. Eh. It sounds like they're just trying to be trolls. Are you really that surprised? They know what buttons to press to make you mad, what words to say. And then they do. We could make scouts, we could replace all these dash bots. Can't really. I need the cubes for science right now. Science cube. We need blue science cubes for blue science before anything else. I'm not surprised their output with racist players are being racist. Yeah, big shock. And it's just not worth mentioning or doing anything. It's just another day. It's another day in the life of Planetside. Let's construct. Just power up so many things around here. And we need to complete the technologies before we can do anything about them. Is this completed? Didn't I create a bot here that it would be? Because I need to start working on the next tier of bot. With the twin bot, as we'll do the roamer. We will need components in it. I think we do. How do I want to handle this? Add 2 cannons to the twin bot, call it Prowler instead of Roamer. We can actually do that. That's what I was doing, except the twin bot's a little bit more fragile than the big boys here. So I decided to go with the big boys because they're dummy thick and they don't get slaughtered as easy. Brave boy running around all the way out here by the world's edge. It's not actually the world's edge. Double the amount of guns, double the amount of fun. Pretty much, actually. It's pretty close. Okay, we'll have the ability to maximize research capabilities. We have our one scout doing scout things. Do they keep alerting the guards because they're dummy thick? Hey. Hey, new power here. Great. How are you holding up? Still mining. Look, it's actually mining all the way to the end without having a breakdown. It is beautiful. And then it just goes and dumps off when it's full, and it waits there until the bots come and actually collect. There's so many. You backed your vanguard into a lightning and ram killed it. Well, there's your dummy thickness for coming in clutch. Are the logic gates or anything that amount to drone behavior? Oh yes. Oh yes. Break pathfinding. Belder, you can't. Not even you can break this. I've already solved pathfinding. Ha! I haven't actually. It's got a few edge cases that I'm aware of that need to be fixed. They don't really need to be fixed, but they're inefficiencies that can be fixed that just don't need to be. But everything will consistently mine, and they will go out and surround and devour resources. It's gonna fail eventually. That's the point. It fails like every 5 seconds. I just have a reboot every time. Automatically reboot every time. It works if you reboot it. You turn it off, you turn it back on again. I just have it automatically do it. It's great. It's hard to mess up. Solves problems. No big concern. Okay, so Twinbot here. Let's give you the fancy toys. Small mining tool, like the laser tool. We don't need radio receivers for these. Do, however, need logic devices. Do we need logic devices? Signal readers? Are these on the logic system right now? Is it auto-expanding on mining? More or less. They are on logic systems right now, but they are not auto-expanding so much as they're set to harvest everything in a larger area than would typically be allowed. And if they can't find something, they will actively search in an even larger vicinity, and then I'll return to this point. So they do actually do all the pathfinding things and all that fun stuff. But they are currently running on a logic system. And this is the logic system. And here is a subroutine that does even more stuff. So it's all running. I don't want to get into the details of how how the flowchart actually works, because it's actually quite extensive, and it gets even more extensive every time you get into the subroutines. But it's a good time. It's a very good time. And yes, all of these are currently operating off of a logic system. Question is, do I need a logic system for these, or can I get away with... not using a logic system? Because I can set... Probably be easier for me to use a logic system. This is going to take up all the bot's time for a moment. These are outside grid. Thinking. So, the system I have kind of sort of work, but I think I want to handle it differently. I think I want to have a room... so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have what is basically a waypoint spot, which exists for the purposes of providing a beacon, like the God Emperor's Light, and everything else operates within range of that beacon. 100% someone's already made a system for the game to play itself. I don't think so, only because the game isn't released yet. I think what I want to do is I want to have a beacon that just serves as the central pillar of sanity for the other bots to work around. And then I'll have some miners which follow around the central waypoint creature. And they will devour any and all resources that they find. But they don't actually do anything other than just devour. And they deposit everything that they find and throw it on the ground. Literally, they just grab it and throw it on the ground, I think is what I'm going to have them do. Going to have a second Roomba bot run around and pick up said things. And put them into a... pick them up and put them into a storage bot. Which then the storage bot will go and return things. Let me think. This also means I need... So I need a dedicated Roomba bot. I need a waypoint bot. I need miner bot. And I need a hauler bot. Okay. So that's what I'm going to be working on. Coding those up. Well, programming all those up. What's the policy of music recommendations? You're welcome to recommend any music you see fit. Just understand that it will never be on the channel because that's how copyright law works. If you want me to see it in a more long-term way, I guess, putting it in the Discord and putting it in Discord on the suggestions page is a way that I'm more likely to see it off stream. If it's especially if it's a song that you are aware is like DMCA free or whatnot, something that could be used on stream or you would like to hear on stream, the suggestions page is absolutely the place to put it. That way I can check it after stream and potentially incorporate it into the stream. Did I see the new Thaumcraft infusing altar thing? It's so pretty. I have? Maybe. I did see an infusion altar, but I don't know if there's one that was posted in the past couple days that I didn't notice. Okay. Let me look. Looks like it was posted a while ago, and yes, I did see it. It looks like it's pretty much a copy paste of the one from the previous version, which is fine. Don't like how the pillars are on the sides and inside the corner. Oh yeah, you're right. It is in the side rather than the corner. Okay, it looks the same except the pillars are just rotated, which is a-okay. I mean, I don't see how it's... I'm sure they're going to have a way of having it be interactable because it's the kind of the whole point of the mod, but... It was 2 weeks ago? Yes. How hard is it to relocate resource processing buildings? Could you have it follow behind miners, process materials, then dump all of them in the collection like temp mining camp? It isn't. It isn't that difficult, especially because you can do blueprints and such. I wouldn't recommend it just because it's not incredibly valuable to do so. Can robots have resource processing items on them like mobile refinery? Yes, yes you can. You can absolutely do everything without building structures at all. It's just that there's no significant benefit to doing so. Because at the end of the day, you need a lot of them. Like as you guys have seen here, I'm struggling for throughput despite having many. Like each of these single structures has 2 refineries on it, and I'm struggling to upkeep with all this. So you need crazy amounts of throughput in order to get these things to work. And even then, it's just not enough most of the time. So the idea of moving that much stuff around that often is just not appealing to me in the slightest. But it is doable if you need to. And what makes it even more logistically complicated is those things are needed kind of sort of everywhere. It's not like just building it will... Not like processing it out here is going to help it get used inside your wherever factories you're using more commonly, more quickly. You miss the streams with user requested radios. We get why they were problematic. I'm just happy when infected mushroom comes up, so delightfully different. Understandable. You know, to each their own. Makes sense to me. Alright, so for this should be the basic loadout we need for this. Now, this is where things are going to get wild, because I need... You know, I can actually set up the waypoint robot real quick, as that one should be quite easy to do. Let's get another turbine going. Let me do the waypoint robot real quick. And before actually building it, I'm going to build a factory that makes waypoint robot. Because it doesn't need to be... Oh, wait a minute. I'm looking at... I guess I could... wait for scanner tech to be completed. What are we waiting on, by the way? We're missing blue cubes. What are blue cubes waiting on? Blue cubes are missing high density frames, which are missing cables, which are missing wire exclusively, which is... We've got wire, but we don't have anyone transporting wire. I see. Okay. Also, can robots have resource processing? Yes, we've answered that one. Manuel Burger, welcome in. How are you doing today? The Golden Throne of the Imperium. Yes. I'm going to be building a giant beacon for the... building a giant beacon for everything to follow. Let's start with the beacon, because that's what everything else follows around, and I want to be able to debug this by stepping through it, or actually running it. Scavengers already cleaned all this up. Great. Let's try running it once more to double check, make sure no one dropped anything. But once we do that, then we'll have... Oh, yep, scavengers done. But once we do that, we'll have... I pressed the army button, can you tell? Once we do that, then we'll start getting the actual mining ops running on a longer basis. Leads around. A diffusion altar kind of looks like it would fit in alongside Tetra. Dude, Thaumcraft in general is just so incredibly well done. I am very, very okay with this. Like, I am happy to be living in the timeline where Thaumcraft exists. You know, I've got an army sitting here, and I don't have the energy to power it. Moving on with my life. Thaumcraft is one of the best mods in a video game. It really is. It really is. It has the... it has the quality and artistic flair that you don't often get across anywhere, let alone in Minecraft. And there are very few mods that keep up with it in artistic flair. Things like Botania, what is it called? Draconic Evolution. Maybe immersive engineering? No, immersive engineering is really simple even in that regard. Hello there, fish. Welcome back. How are you doing tonight? And it makes for some rather enjoyable experiences, to put it lightly. This is going to be a problem. That explains what's going on here. Okay. So we need our crystal movers. Where are our crystal movers? I need more crystal movers. What is this game called? This is Desynced. It is a new, fresh, hot, not completely released game around building a factory. By factory, I mean a giant Grey Goo style drone system. Yep, this is where my logistics went. Found them. Ran out of power halfway through the field. All right. Solve that problem real quick. Okay, that'll do nicely. You know, if this game stitches into one of those "you're actually the bad guy" thing, devour sort of robots, felt like a doom beacon is kind of scary. Well, that's more of my flavor to it, because, I mean, what else am I gonna do? I mean, you're really surprised? But, to my knowledge, the game doesn't fall into the "you're actually the bad guy" experience. But I don't actually know, because the lore isn't expanded upon, isn't espoused very well. Very much. Uh-oh, we are hitting negative on those energy charges. At least all our batteries are charged in case we need to use the military. Immersive engineering is very simple, but that's the best part. It's very industrial. Yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, that's why I said, like, immersive engineering is kind of sort of up there, but also it's immersive engineering designed to be incredibly simple. It's not meant to be this extravagant or super... I'm going to use the word, it's not meant to be immersive, despite it being called immersive engineering, if that makes sense. Whereas something like Draconic Evolution has these incredibly well done assets and game mechanics that are actually interesting. Like, they're really cool. Even if that thing has a special disdain in my heart for how it's purposefully power scales the game and just breaks things, everything. It's all right. What's going on here? Why are we not transporting? We are transporting. It's just super slow. Okay. Hey there, Jonathan. Welcome back. How you doing today? Create is a great mod for aesthetic factories. Create is amazing. Create is definitely amazing. I like Create. Okay, so I think what we do here to deal with this beacon is, are you done? You're done. So to make the beacon, I need a medium unit. I'm going to build a hound here, but the hound, or the cub, but I think I want to be using a hound, not a cub. It's just a different unit, but I don't have access to the hound just yet. What we need is a medium power field to produce infinite of these. Doing well, great to hear it, great to hear it. It's a nice evening. What's everyone's favorite potato chip or similar non-healthy snack food? I don't have personally, I don't have an unhealthy snack food. The closest I have to an unhealthy snack food would be, it's air fried popcorn that has been crushed into potato chip shape, which kind of sort of counts as unhealthy, but it's got like no butter. No, it's just popcorn, and I usually prefer it largely unflavored, so I could use it as a dip. Use it in dips for things like salsa and whatnot. Which that counts. That's about as close as it gets for me for unhealthy snacks. The rest of my snacks are literally cranberries, another bag of pistachios, that kind of stuff. Like, I've gotten glares going into Publix, a local grocery store, and coming out with this large crate of snacks and stereotypical healthy stuff, and everyone's like, "Oh, you must be very healthy." I'm like, "Yes, yes, that's why I look like I'm anemic." Thought it was like running through the 90s for a second, but that's a good song, though. Alright, let's bring... Let's try to get the extra space out of here. Make room for the crystal. Okay. Now you're thinking, considering the group that's gathered here, having the food section of Discord recipe suggestions exchanges could lead up to a lot of fun and wardrobe updates. Yeah, actually, so that's something that it's something you can always get into a banter with. A lot of the guys around here do actually cook, and they actually, you know, do productive, stereotypically productive things. Like, we're still playing, for example, to drop name there. Always tormenting me with all these tasty-looking, actually reasonable meals. Alright, what's going on at their iron ingot production? All of these are mining at maximum speed, and we're not bottlenecked on transport. So it's literally, we're just not harvesting fast enough to upkeep. Okay, so we're bottlenecking on cables, and it goes all the way up the tree, all the way down the tree, which means we literally just need to double our resource income here, our ore income here, which is hilarious to me. Okay, so I need a power field on you, and I need a behavior controller on you. It doesn't really matter what else. This guy's pretty much just gonna be the one that's a shining beacon in the night, so I think we don't need much else on you. Although I could probably use a radar on you. Let's create a radar here. Portable radar. Internal component. Was there a portable radar and a small component? Probably is. It's not really necessary, I suppose. I think the portable radar is up here. Small intel scanner. Small, here we go, small radar. That's more interesting to me. But for the moment, let's just grab ourselves a regular old tiny portable radar internal component. There's a search function for buildings. Oh yeah, this game has many of the quality of life things that you want out of automation style games. The one thing that I really want to do is I want to get an on-demand factory going, but I can get a basic system that lets me on-demand craft any one thing, but having it present itself as an option to automatically trigger in case I'm missing something of anything, like dynamic processing power, is just not... It's just not happening. I've not found a way of doing that. Have I looked at Underscore Factor, another of the fresh food delivery companies, but it's pre-made meals you microwave for 2.5 minutes and eat. Basically all the foods are health conscious and tasty. Unfortunate presence of cheese and butter means you have to be aware of things. I haven't heard of Underscore Factor. I mean, that sounds like it would work pretty well. I haven't tried that, no. I've done a few of those different food companies, like Blue Apron, for example. I like them. I don't currently have a subscription to any of those services. I've just been... My hesitation to use those services comes from I can just do it myself. I've been doing it for myself for long enough that I just don't need a service for it. So like, but that does seem interesting, especially if it's those really quick meals. Although, I'm never a fan of things in the microwave. I don't often use microwave for like anything. You don't really use the salt in it or anything cooked with or baked in it, because the salt just leaks out into everything else, pulling the tasty meat flavor with it. Suddenly reminder about using bacon grease as the fat oil bacon to add more savory flavors, but also all the cholesterol. That is something I've done before. I do sometimes just throw a piece of bacon into meals just to get that extra in it. You get that extra flavor in it. But, I'm not typically one who likes all those, I'm not typically one who likes all those extra fats and things. I don't enjoy it as much. Like, the extra grease is not really my vibe, I think is the appropriate word. Keep X in stock factory? No, I mean, that's the standard basic way of going about it. I'm taking more of like an on-demand system, like Andromeda, like if you've ever done like an ME system in Minecraft, that kind of system instead. So you have basically processor cores. So, alright, so this, I can give an example here, like in-game. This thing is set up such that whenever I want to craft something, let's say I want to craft I don't know, a blight extractor. The blight extractor requires these diamond dust as well as those hyper dense cubes. And in the inventory here in this building, there is nothing. So, how do I get them here? Well, there's a register here that shows a missing ingredient. So if I were to select this, we would get a missing ingredient on high density frames. Excellent. So now we need high density frames. So this register goes out to the signal, which tells this building to read the signal, specifically using this register, and start crafting whatever it says. It doesn't matter what it says, it starts crafting it. Specifically, if I were to have done the blight thing, it would start crafting high density frames. So if there is something that this thing is missing, so all I have to do is tell it to craft this, and it will automatically chain around to these other buildings. Let's say in this building I have an assembler, as well as a robotics assembler, like a standard assembler as well as a robotics assembler, as well as two small fabricators here. So whenever I start crafting something here, it automatically chains down the line and crafts all the individual components. So it doesn't matter what it needs, this system can craft it. Period. Done. This is an on-demand style system, where instead of having a keep X in inventory, this is a keep X in inventory system, where it just automatically keeps 2 of these miners. It instead starts with the base components, trickling all the way down to iron ore, creating, we'll create the iron ingots, convert them into reinforced plates or whatever they need. In fact, there's still some additional components sitting in here, unused. And then it will craft it all up from its base components all the way to the top. That is an on-demand style system. This way, whenever you need something, you just say, hey, you, this processing facility, just process and give me this item, however many I have asked for. If I were to come over here and asked for 5 of these small power fields, it would just craft them all. Done. Easy. That's an on-demand style system. I personally prefer on-demand style factories. This game is fundamentally not an on-demand style game. Games like Factorio, games like Satisfactory, Dice Program are not on-demand style games. Mind you, you can do a little bit of on-demand crafting. This game allows you to do some pretty in-depth on-demand stuff. And this, what I was doing here with this radio scanner thing, is intended to be an on-demand system, where I am able to broadcast to multiple processing facilities. I'd say I were to have a processing facility here. This one would scan a radio system to get a list. I'm literally creating a list on the on the radio spectrum to enable this to pick this processor to communicate with a main processor. So whenever I would go to a main processor to say craft this, I can have multiple processing facilities enact them. Does that make sense? Because that's what I'm looking to do. This is strikingly similar to the current order system, as you notice. But this order system is not accessible to the in-game logic. It cannot be interacted with, to my knowledge. Therefore, I cannot use it. So... wait, what is happening here? Oh, this still isn't done yet. Okay. So I can't just piggyback off of that system and start crafting things that are on the orders list, so we just gotta live with it. But that's an on-demand system, and that's what I'm looking. That's what I want to try to do. It's just doing it at having more than one of these processing facilities, processing cores, is just not part of the game. So I'm not. It's something I have to create. In the meantime, our scanner tech is almost complete, and we are still bottlenecked on iron production, which makes me sad. So instead of one factory making 2 wires, it's 2 factories making 1 wire each. It's more of one factory making everything and just giving it a list. It's more of a dynamic factory. You have one factory. Consider this entire group to be one factory. This is a dynamic factory that can craft anything. So instead of having an individual factory which just crafts one thing, and then another individual factory which crafts one thing, and another individual factory which crafts one thing, and you just go down the line, instead of having that, you have one factory which crafts everything. Mind you, a proper on-demand style build, just like this has one factory plus one factory plus one factory plus one factory, an on-demand style game would have one factory or processing core, and then another processing core, and then another processing core, and then another processing core. So instead of expanding out individual dedicated factories, you expand out your processing cores, and then you can operate off of those processing cores, whatever you need. So instead of just having this backlog of circuits, if I need circuits, I just have 7 processing cores. Say, hey, use 7 processing cores. Get me a bunch of circuits. I need exactly 40 of them. So let's define 10 processing cores to create for us to create 4 circuit boards each, and then done. What do I need them for? I don't know. Whatever the next item is, whatever. Let's just pick. I don't know. Surely one of these needs circuit board. None of these need circuit boards. This needs circuit boards. This needs a lot of circuit boards. IC chips. Need IC chips. There you go. Well, it's just, it's like a, it's a fundamentally different way of going about automation and factory building than what you see in games like Satisfactory. And then there's people like you who make a bowl of pre-made chicken soup and dunks a pizza slice in it as a meal. That is a lifestyle decision. And you know, to each their own. I haven't had pizza in so long, I like have a craving for pizza almost. Like I know it's not worth it, but it's so tasty. Why are we getting silica in here? This is not my silica facility. Why are we getting silica in here? Like there was no silica in here at some point, so someone had to put it in. Okay. Factory's recently bought out by HelloFresh, you think? Interesting. No one's gonna make. You're gonna make some tomorrow. Instead of one, yeah. Don't Applied Energy Systems use many crafters. They just have the same end function. Yes, same end location. Yes. Kind of, sort of. Applied Energistics does the same processing core style thing, and you just make a bunch of different processing cores, yeah. Or more accurately, you tend to make one giant processor core that you just expand the power of, yeah? Top recommendation for those that don't want too much unhealth in their pizza. Bell pepper, onion, banana pepper, double sauce. All the depth and complexity you want on a pizza, but you don't have a pile of grease. Take your word for it. It's been a long time since I've done pizza. And I don't regret not having done pizza recently. But it's so tasty. You haven't tell me too much practice with pizza toppings. Typically, whenever I do pizza toppings, it's I'm a big fan of the more the merrier experience. You distinctly remember a large wall of interfaces with a bunch of machines because you needed to automate resonant casings and Enigma expert. So when you're interfacing with a, if you're interfacing with an outside object that isn't within the realm of applied energistics, what you're doing is you're interfacing not with logistics, but with something out in the world. Let's say, oh no, I need 17 different inputs into this one crafter because there are 17 different mineral nodes or 17 different outputs from another system unrelated to applied energistics that have to be all integrated in. It's fundamentally different from crafting, using the crafting cores. By the way, we got ourselves some radar stuffs going. Alright, so what I now desire is to utilize one of these to get me a... Where is it? Right here. Small intel scanner, please. Oh god, this is gonna be rough. Oh, great timing, eh? Go collect this. Leave it as a gift from the anomaly. Just realized there's a giant crystal right here. Oh, convenient. I just happen to need one of these. Alright, so now we have our beacon online. I'll get to see how the beacon works here in a moment. And you are not done yet. Alright, so notice how when the beacon moves around, the power grid moves with it? That's how the beacon works. So the whole purpose of this guy is he's just gonna roll around and be a beacon of light and hope around for the bots. Now this guy is also going to be double as the portable radar. So what he's going to do is he's going to basically seek out iron nodes and just get close to them. So how we're going to do that? Program start. Let's see. Do I need to check battery? We'll do some real basic stuff here. What are you? Okay, they're still fine. Let's get you doing one of these. Down here. Construct that, please. Okay. Pepperoncinis are great pizza toppings there. I do like pepperoncinis. Pepperoncinis are tasty. Y'all talking about food gonna make me hungry. I've technically had dinner, but it wasn't much of dinner. So I need to let my resources pile up a bit, I think, because we're kind of in the struggle bus here. Before we start doing any more technology, although I'm up to about 40 of these. Does that mean I can go back to Blight Tech? Blight visibility, I need this first, I think. Blight power. I think we need Blight shield first. Go. Okay. So for this behavior controller, all I really wanted to do is go onto the radar, filter for an ore type. I could do the go-to register. If I grab it from the go-to register, then I can just click on an ore and it will go that way. I think let's do that. So we grab from here. Let's see, math, copy value here. Target ore. I just remembered that these things actually use different. Every resource uses a different kind, so this have to be actually. We don't need that. Be convenient anyways, because I can just right click and won't have to rescan everything. Okay. Target ore. So we're gonna get fancy here. So whenever we grab the go-to. Grab this and then do this. So whatever I select go to, this will go to the target ore. And then this game needs ability code in JavaScript instead of this. You see, that's my well, maybe not JavaScript, but that's my personal opinion as well, because this I find okay. I'm not gonna go on the rants again. I think this flowcharting is the appropriate way to do it, and I do not think that the developer should invest into things like allow coding in JavaScript or whatever other thing they want. C+, C#, whatever. Like C# would probably be C#, Rust, or Python, whatever language they're going to use. Lua is another, probably Lua. I cannot suggest that because the flowcharting experience is just much more digestible for humans that play video games, as opposed to trying to write in a language, a programming language. even if it's JavaScript. While I personally prefer writing in the language 100% of the time, it's just not the appropriate situation for the video game. So, ta-da. Okay. We start, we write value of go2 into the OR, and then we copy the value of nothing into the go2, and then we actually do this is where I'm gonna get cheeky with it. Because is this beta or early release? That is releasing in like 2 days. This is preview. Technically, this counts as early release, but it's only early release to streamers, content creators. So you guys get to preview the game. No, let's use block coding instead of flowchart coding. It's definitely better. Yeah, totally. Honestly, something like Lua C# would be my personal preference, but I understand full well that I am not the average person that would play the video game. So still full game? Yes, it is still full game. At least unless they've hidden it and have like a major content drop set for day one. I think you would rather swallow knives than use C#. Oh, it's not that bad. Maybe it's just because I'm accustomed to using C#. Let me rephrase. I'm accustomed to using the C family in general. What was I doing? So what I want to do is have this instead of going... So I need the beacon to be nearby the ore, but I don't want it to be adjacent to the ore. So I need to have it go to the ore, but not actually arrive at the ore. And therefore, I don't want to use the go-to function. Instead, I want to have it go to, async, scan, determine if it's close to it, and then stop. So for that, what we do is move go to async, moves to within a range of another unit. Maybe I could use go to range. It doesn't tell me what the range is. We go to async, target of target ore. So basically what I'm writing here is an intercept of the go-to command. So if I ever tell this bot to go to something, to go to an ore, it will instead run this code instead of the go-to code. So I'm going to go to async, and then I'm going to get closest, and I need to do a loop. So we are going to do a flow label this will be bug 0, and then we do move. We have move async to target bug 0, and then we need to do. Where are you? I'm looking for get closest entity of type target ore. And then we output this onto the next thing. And then, so we have get closest entity of type target ore. And then we output that to the distance function, which is, where art thou? Where's distance? distance. Global distance returns distance to a unit. Thank you. Set global. So now we want to get distance of the closest entity of type target or, and then we post this to math. And then we check to see if math, and this will be hard coded because I don't care to do otherwise. This will not be changed unless I really, really want to change it. Results, that's not what I wanted. Compare number, thank you. Results, value compared to number of, let's go with distance of 5. And if it is smaller than 5, then we carry on and do things. Else, we loop. By loop, I mean we jump. If 5 or less, or sorry, 5 or more, we jump to this part and we just scan again. So at this point we are starting to move toward the target and we are scanning to see if we get close to it. Alright. Does tech increase the number of behaviors you can program? Not to my knowledge, no. It's infinite. What are your comments into your Java teacher complaining about not having comments? There's not really... I mean, you can. You do actually have comments you can do. That is a thing. But this is real simple stuff, really. You can power the world by complaints of Java professors. Oh no. At least give your language memory management. Fair enough. That's and to be fair, like the whole point of C# is meant to be virtualized. You don't need to do your own memory management stuffs. Not really, at least. Okay, so we should get within 5 distance of this and jump. There is, of course, a problem in that this could be interrupted by something. So I do need to do some other checks to see if a few things happen. Let's see. Is this game playable by people who can't code? Like your brain can comprehend logic gates without much more? Yes, yes, yes. This is absolutely playable by people who can't code. I like coding, so I will spend most of my time doing this. But it is absolutely playable by people who can't. Mind you, there will be some frustrating things that you'll have to deal with that you can't fix without coding, but that's different. Alright, so we will match self. One second. No. Okay. Just hours of calls, Madge. Oh no. How's it going, Carbon? Hours of calls, eh? Anything story-worthy? When I streamed earlier, it's playable by people who can't economy too. Dude had like 30 production buildings, 4 miners, and complained about how slow the game was. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That is entirely a thing. Oh, hello, research. Research complete. I think I want to be using most of my blue research for mining upgrades, don't I? Alright, why is stability changing? Why is it getting less stable? Tech work never ends. You are correct. Tech work never ends. I know that feel all too well. I don't know what this is or how it works or why or... That's fine. We're here now. Have 2 potentially conflicting trips. Well, that sounds stressful. Because you know it's gonna be the thing where if you don't do it fast enough, they're gonna get mad at you. Because you didn't complete the other trip fast enough. Alright. Wrong one. Okay, so I need to check myself to see if we are path blocked. Probably just it. Are we path blocked? And if we aren't path blocked, or sorry, if we are path blocked, then panic. It's kind of a big thing. Also, what else can get in the way? Because right now, this will only break out if it gets close enough to a thing, but there's so many things that can get in the way. Even if another command is given, like, this is not amazing. Alrighty, have a good night there, Mission Gewehr. Good luck out there. You can't overkill ore production. I believe you're correct. It is not possible to overkill ore production because everything is exponential, and every time you produce one new item, you have to double your ore production. One's dependent if you get hired, one's a repeat hire. The repeat hire would be getting put off, though. You have a good relationship with that company, they'll understand you have a larger contract that comes up. You know, that makes sense. Oh, the whole production thing is why or the whole resource acquisition thing is why I'm doing this, because I need to make roving bands of harvesters that consume the entire world. Which will be a problem. He did an orbital strike kickflip with the tank earlier. Oh my. I think if this happens, we just do an alert. Just straight panic. Just give me a notify. A notify value of panic. I can't put text in here. Bug. Notify value of bug. Probably shouldn't do notify value of bug. How about infected circuit board? Shouldn't do that either, should I? Those can be easily construed to mean something different. Because viruses are a thing. And bugs are a thing. This is shut down kind of panic. I could do the error code thing again. It really doesn't matter. It just... Notification. Okay, problem solved. Notification. No, it's gotta be something or it might break. I've seen that happen before. Just... there. Blue. Okay. Like, as long as this notification ever pops up, then I can click on it. And then this should naturally break out of the jump. If that happens, then restart, program start. And then it goes around again. And is there anything else? Let's see. What if I don't click on an entity, but instead click on a coordinate? It'll set the coordinate, try to move to the coordinate, and then at this point it will... This actually needs to be... This actually needs to be of type resource and of type metal ore. That needs to be hard-coded there. So when it gets close, it determines, it gets the scan here, what is considered close. Okay. Alright, so if it's smaller, we branch out of the... Something happened here. No big deal. What I want to do is keep these producing. Okay. I don't understand stability. What is stability meant to be? Whew. Okay. So from here, do I want to even have... Do I even need a radar on this? Guess I don't really need a radar on this, but the radar does help. The closest entity has a visible range of 10. It's 10, right? Has a range of 15. Alright, so even larger. I really don't need a radar on this as long as I have... As long as I keep this on a loop. Okay. So this will keep its register once it sees the target ore, and won't get a new one until... This could be a problem because it'll move async and then won't stop moving until it gets to... It won't stop moving at all until it gets to here. At which point I need to tell it to stop moving. Move stop units. Do it if equal as well. Stop units. So move until it gets within a distance, and then stop unit. And let's try this out. So if I were to just move you to here, what happens? Stopping the units. Why is this value smaller or equal to 5? Distance to target A. The nearest resource of type mineable. Let's try this. Same thing. The nearest mineable ore resource is within 5 blocks, it seems to be saying. How? I disagree. Okay, we're gonna need to pause, step, check the values here. Blank, blank. Move unit to blank. That's fine because it doesn't go anywhere. Label good. Match should fail. Alright, let's check output variable A. Doesn't tell me variable A is, and that makes me very sad. Unless variable A is not set to anything. I think because... Why would... Okay, we need to printf this. Where's my print button? Notification. Notify me of closest entity A. Excuse me. Alright, it's null. There's no closest entity. Big surprise. Could have seen that one coming. So we're getting a null value that should be a null value. Why is null value? Maybe if I do this backwards. Compare value 5 compared to null. Might do it. I think it's reading it as 0. So we do result compared to this. That means if 5 is larger, then we stop the unit. Else, if it's smaller, or equal, I will leave it here actually. And now we try this. Literally the same thing. Why? Okay. How? It's taking the route to stop unit regardless of... I'm so confused. How is it never going to jump if I just inverted it? If it's larger or equal, it goes to stop. If it's smaller... Alright, let's try this then. If it's smaller... Okay, I need to know which one of these branches is taking. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, it's considering 5 to be larger than the compare. Which is not a surprise, given the, I expect this to be null. Alright, so let's try this. And the notify gives us nothing because it's null. Okay, understandable. Still checking. So, how to deal with this then? If it's null, this should jump. So it needs to be larger. Carry on here. And only if it's smaller should it do this. Should it stop units. There we go. So this should operate as I want it to. Yes. So we set him. So on behavior controller. No, we need to set this before going. Go-to register isn't being set. I can't set the go-to register whatsoever. Okay. That worked, kind of. Although I didn't save this. No, it didn't work. Okay. I think something fundamentally doesn't work the way I want it to, the way I'm thinking it is, and this is not great. Can you do a null check somehow? Kinda, sorta. There's a jank way to do it. I did it once before. Trying not to do it here. Try to incorporate it into this. Let me think. It's getting me is when I'm clicking around, it's not using the go-to to do it. It's overriding the go-to when I click around. And also, I literally can't move to this position, which is just weird. I can move here. This isn't active, it doesn't. Okay. Why is this physically incapable of moving to this position? Okay. Play a demo given to content creators or early access available somewhere? It's the early access given to content creators. Content creators were given, to my understanding, the full version of the game is to be released in a few days. But welcome in there, Authy. Gothy? Authy. Why am I physically incapable of moving to this position? Click so hard, nothing happens. Okay, interesting. So that's not how I expected that to go. So I physically cannot target the ore with this because I genuinely don't know why, but here we are nonetheless. So let's do this differently. Let's just purge all of this. Let me rethink about this. So I just move it to a position near ore, which point I can do the manual ore searching myself. It doesn't need to automatically move around. I've actually got an idea for this region that I probably don't want to mine this, but that's fine. Let me think. You nickname your cat Brat Nuisance. Would still recommend cats as pets. I'm tempted to get a cat. I'm very, very tempted. I will probably get one at some point. Yes, it is possible to do a null check. I prefer not to in this particular instance. It's just unnecessary. I just got my... It's just rather jank how you have to do it. And it's not simple. Okay, so I can't go to a target orb. This just means that I need to set... It just means I need to hard code the orb, which is understandable. And then this will be the metal Astronomicon. Iron Astronomicon, metal Astronomicon, iron, whatever. And then it just exists. So it really doesn't have any logic at all. It just exists. It doesn't need to scan. It doesn't need to do anything else. Because I don't need to, because I have to manually position it anyways. And I could have it chase ore. I should probably do that. So it always stays within a certain range of it. Hello there, Adam. Welcome in. Programming game? Yes. Need a photo swamp cat. They sound like laser blasters when they're small. And dinosaurs when they're not small. Alright, let's play a little game of get close to the ore, but not too close to the ore. Let's see how does this work. Target. We'll use the sensor, component, radar, filter, mineable, metal ore, result. We need to get the closest one, I think. So it just follows the close by ones. Where's the get closest? Get closest entity of type. This will pick one of them. So what we do is we move into range of this. And then once we're there, we need to get closest entity for the same thing. And then we move into range of this. And then this will loop over and over and over and over again. Just constantly loop this. Probably loop the whole thing. We can't adjust the range, so let's go here. So we're moving into a range of this. And then... Alright, so it considers a range of this to be adjacent, which is just annoying. How do I change the range of this? Okay, I think I need to create a subroutine that handles range where I can define the range. Because if I don't, then I realistically don't have a way of getting within, you know, range, a specific range of this. Okay, so I think it's subroutine time, which is my life now. Alright, time to write a subroutine. Subroutine. Move, unit. Let's see. We want to... Are we on move async territory? I think we are on move async territory, aren't we? So we need to get close entity of type parameter. Target entity. Closest entity of target type. Let me think. Target entity and distance. So from here, we want to get closest entity of type this, and then output it to, it doesn't really matter. And then we check to see distance to that current, get to that entity type. Where's distance? Distance. It's under global. Come on up, please. Thank you. Alright, distance to target, and then we have the result here. And then we do, where art thou? It's under math. Compare number. Let's compare it to distance, result value here. Great. So compare value to the given value. And then we need to check if it's equal or larger. If it is equal or smaller, then we stop and do nothing. Else, realize this is almost exactly what we were doing moments ago, but now we're doing it in a different context. Where's my stop unit? If it's equal or smaller, we stop unit. And then, if it's larger, we just keep it going. Easy. So you come over here. For this guy, target entity needs to be something like this. And then distance, I will give it a value of 4. Okay, and now we go over here while this is running. Alright, we are triggering a distance of 4. How are we triggering a distance of 4? What? Let's get away from the base a little bit. Okay, so there is iron around here somewhere that's triggering the distance of 4. Don't know where it is, but this is fine. So now we just come over here. Yep. Is it this guy? No, it's this is a 2. Nope. We walk and we stop again here. So we are detecting iron. Think. Let me alert. Let's change this slightly. And we'll do notify here instead of stop unit. Oh, I guess I can do both. We stop unit, move stop unit, and then flow exit so it doesn't keep spamming us, and then get closest entity and do this. Resource laterite. Why is laterite triggering this? Okay, so that's a problem. Laterite seemed to have triggered this. Why is the filter being procced by laterite? Resource metal. Let's do this. Okay, so I'm getting into range of this guy and it's causing a problem. You want this game now? Understandable. So get closest entity of this type is matching the target entity of this. So resource metal is matching resource laterite, and that displeases me greatly. Okay. Let's instead set this to metal ore. It's no longer triggering on the laterite. What happens when it gets close to this? Okay. So as long as I use the ore rather than the resource, it's fine. Some of these objects, one of these objects is like the other object. Also presents an issue. Because this is determining resource metal. I guess, is it? No, that's fine, because this will only ever scan for metal. Because I need it to be mineable and here. Okay. This will only ever scan for this ore, and it will only ever react to this ore. Alright. So let's remove. This is fine. Let's try this again. So all I have to do is walk toward this guy, and it should stop moving once we get within a certain range of this particular. Oh, I forgot to enable the code. Funny. Wonder if you can become close enough, friends, family, consistently enough. The angry swamp cat doesn't eat your face while you're sleeping. They usually don't. They're particularly docile creatures. They're not particularly aggressive creatures. What happened? Why did this... Didn't... Confused. Okay. Okay. That works. Wait, let me move here. Does it register here? Yes. But it doesn't stop moving until 1 tick later, which is because we have the tick, the locked ticks. So that's fine. I can work with that. We just have to unlock this thing. But I won't do that now. Alright. Stop unit. And then exit. So where could you get this game? You notice it's not released quite yet on Steam. Steam, you are correct. This is a preview version, or rest at early release. Released to a number of content creators in a way of advertising the game, I imagine. To get some hype for it or interest to it. And this is the kind of game you're interested in. And check it out on Steam, because that's where it is. Okay, so this should just kind of function as a within range. I'm sure there's going to be many things that could interrupt this. Here we are. Async to target. Here's the thing. So this, hard-coded as it may be, is not a proper move away type thing. Playing a lot of Dysosphere program lately, you want more like it? Yeah, this definitely has a fair amount of Dysosphere program in it, which is cool in my opinion. What's going on here? Why are we... Silica. Silica mine is right as silica to mine. Okay, that works. Alright. Side note, seeing Rabbit's angry thrump when you stop petting him is really adorable. It's funny because, yes, I've seen that a few times. It is adorable is the appropriate word for that. You aren't bringing back because, oh, you are the culprit of this. Okay. We need another one of you attached to this guy. Upgrades. Alright, that explains a lot, actually. Did we just move over a bunch? Maybe. No, I didn't because we're starving resources. That's fine. Let's get a pair of these over here. Start the upgrade on those. Any recommendations for games? I've heard a lot of good about Remnant. I've heard a lot of good about Baldur's Gate. One thing I'm back into programmer mode. One thing that gets me about this. To my knowledge, I do not have any means of interacting with coordinates in this game. So I can't know where an object is relative to ourselves. I could only know distance. So unless I want to do I'm going to describe it as a calibration set, then I have no way of knowing which direction we're going, and we have to rely entirely on the game's pathfinding, which, as we know, is concerning sometimes. But alas, I think I just need to simplify and trust, which is okay. Move target async compared to move away. Is that a range of another unit? What is out of range here? Stop unit, move out of range of alpha. What happens? Say I do this. Go. That's out of range. Okay. That's perfect. That's like everything I need. So we don't need to do any of this madness. And I suppose I could. It's probably not worth it. We just go to the thing. Let's see. We want to find this, so we want to stay a certain distance from it. I don't need to stay a certain distance from it. We just go to a thing. Get closest entity. I don't need distance. We just go to it directly. Move to get closest entity of filter type. And then once we are present, we move away from target and we're done. I don't need a subroutine for this. This is it. Do I want a subroutine for this? I think I need to have a scan so this thing stays near. What I wanted to do is I wanted to scan and follow the iron nodes. Let's say if I were to set this guy right here, it would harvest all this, but there's more nodes over here. So once these are gone, I wanted to just go sit over here and just kind of chase the iron nodes around as they move. So for that, I just basically wanted to stare at the iron nodes without being perfectly adjacent to it. So if there is no... So I want to have a loop that runs, and if there are no nodes within a distance of 10, we do this. Or something like that. Which means I need to do a null check probably. And then check the scan. Okay, so first off, we do... My brain is not working today. I think I spent something like 14 hours yesterday coding this stuff, and my brain is just not having it right now. Let's check on outside. How's the world going out here on the less complex side of the world? Good. Fine. Let's see, can I fit additional one of you in here and then another one of you here? There we go, extra space all around. Get these guys back mining. Almost done dropping off. Good lord. How quickly it just blows through all this. Another thing I'm going to need are medium buildings. Just do a basic medium building and set this. I'll copy paste it into a template later. So when do robots go rampantly out of control? What 504 is going to trigger delete existence? Shortly after I get this working, actually. Because once I get this working, I should be able to have this guy basically search and chase down iron ores. And then have an army of bots follow this guy and devour everything around it. And once that's done, I just copy paste for every resource type. There's a lot of resource types, and then I copy paste again, but instead of for resource types, It's for military. And we have a crusade that goes about meandering across this big open expanse that is this world and exterminate everything. Follow up where the follow-up being all the harvesters come from behind and, well, harvest everything. Meantime, get some more of these going. Don't mind if I do. The Emperor protects, yes. So we are like actively working on that process. It's just my brain is not. My brain is currently refusing to. Like I'm in a brain fog right now, and it's painful because every time I think, okay, I just need to do this. There's no. I can't just write it. I have to search through this thing and then deal with. It's fine. It's fine. Tech. Let's work on another technology because I do actually want this robot, specifically the Hound, for the Great Beacon. Transport Blood and Hollow are very nice too. Oh, I didn't get. I need to get the scanner going. Let's see. Let's build one Dasher bot. We have Intel scanner here, so I need one Dasher Dashbot with capacitor, probably just a capacitor. Is there anything else I need here? Maybe an internal storage. Okay. The Emperor protects. Yes, that's kind of the idea. We've got a Dasher, and now I didn't need to craft a capacitor. We've already got capacitor over here. It's fine. Internal storage, however, we don't have any of. So that we need. Okay, we'll call you scanner. And where art thou? Have I experienced any of the Dreadshore traps? I have not. I haven't checked out Meet Your Maker in a hot second. We can come back to you soon. So for this we have access to scan things. Let's see. Let's check out this guy, which I think we don't have anything here to scan. We're missing this. We're doing the scan operation, which I think doesn't help us with these guys, because they're already our tech. But I'll complete the scan anyway, see if this gives us anything. Okay. The Omnicide does not sanction AI. I mean, you're not wrong. And okay, this gave us nothing. We need to scan these guys over here. How's Silica doing? Silica is doing well. Metal ores. They're going along. You guys are going along as well. They've almost knocked out that crystal chunk, which is a lot. Alright, so we got this new guy. We're scanning this warehouse or factory, one of the two. Hello. Alright, we need to repair this, which we need a small modular reactor, and to complete this puzzle. Oh god. Easy. I should put a scout. I should do a scout for this. Because this is not enough inventory slots to get anything done. Let's also make a few more storage blocks for these. Alright, let's make a new scout. One new scout, please. This was so much iron. Was. Okay, and we have not quite a new scout just yet. We need more iron ingots. Work in progress. Wow, we're running real low on iron ingots. Okay, I mean, that's not a surprise, I suppose. Let's check back on this guy. We got more science going. More everything else going. Alright. Been a bit too busy to play regularly, but they've introduced the ability for guard catapults. Oh boy. Well, that just sounds fun. That sounds very fun. I get closest entity, move to the closest entity, and then move away at a certain range. Beyond that, I want to actually check if closest entity... Just keep doing this. We don't want to keep doing this. We want to, once we're here, then we want to basically T flip-flop and switch to check to see if closest entity is in a range of, I'm going to hard code this to be closest entity type filter, and then we check to see its range. Math. Is it under global? Why is that under global? Get closest entity output target, and then if it is less than pair number results value less than hard coded 10. Let's see if it is equal or smaller, then we do nothing. If it is larger, then we want to go to, we want to repeat this guy. Let's see. Something along the lines of sets. Copy. Do copy value of here and put it to here, and then repeat. And this needs to be on loop. Was that flight event? Okay. Flight event, is this done? It is. Please give me a new scout. Get out of here. We have new toys to play with here. Excellent. And then... yay, new scout coming soon to a world near us. Light, how are we stored up? We're almost up to 40, but we need 60 of these for the next set for plasma concentration. Gets us new technology options. Oh yes, this is all gone. Exactly what I wanted to see. Set you over there. Where's the next crystal mine to harvest? Got that clump over there. Lots of crystal everywhere. None of it in the power grid. Which is fine, I suppose. Just continue expanding. Small power extender. Please construct this. Thank you. That'll maintain us for a moment or several. Okay, we're back here. So now what I want to do is I want to loop this until we hit this, at which point we break. So for that we do flow, we need a label here. Bug 0, followed by jump here. I still don't know why the jump command has a output, but we're jumping to bug 0. Alright, so this should continue. We go to the target, and then we get away from the target. And this should continue in this loop until there are no more iron nodes nearby. And then it should meander around to find a new iron node, basically. Good. Normally the iron nodes would be disappearing by virtue of miner. However, I'm manually moving it away. There it goes. What happened? It acted like it reacted to the later red ore. That's because we need this to be specifically iron ore, or metal ore. Okay. I see. Okay. It's changing it to this type, which is understandable. Is there a world in which this matters? No. So instead of copy, we need to let it go, I think. This gets hard-coded. The only reason I have it on a parameter is so I could use it multiple places. There's a metal ore over here and I didn't notice. Okay. So once we get far enough away, we should go hunting for new metal ore. And so right now we are still within range of the metal ore. Still in range of metal ore. Still in range. Still in range. Nope, not on range. So we're going to go hunt a new metal ore and then get out. Alright, sweet. So that range should be right about here, which is good enough. Okay, so we have a successful system here where this thing will hunt metal ore until there's no more metal ore in its visible radius, which is approximately the power radius. However, I also now need to incorporate the scanner, which, as you notice, the green line is significantly larger than the power line here. So once we've done this, once this is larger and it resets, we need to have an if here, basically. If it doesn't detect anything in closest range and cannot move, so we'll have a null check here. Then it includes the scanner and gets the scan target. Alternatively, I can always be using the scanner to detect the target. Filter of type. Problem. This is an entity of this. Is that true? No, this is fine. I do need to get closest entity, because the scanner doesn't always get the closest entity, does it? Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't matter. Let's check this. Does this seem to get the closest entity? Yes. Yes, I think it does get the closest entity. Okay, so we can use this instead. It's just a better version. Okay, so we'll scan for the nearest metal ore. Move it to the metal ore. Move away. And if there's something not in range, it just goes right back to here. Easy. Metal Astronomicon. Done. This thing's whole purpose is staying near metal. That's all it does. Okay. Problem solved. So now that we have this guy going around here, we know what this is. Now I've got to code these guys to hang out near this guy and just mine anything nearby. And that's something that we'll be handling next time. Because honestly, my brain is not working right now, and I need to go relax, get some food, and well, I think you guys have seen some great examples of what this game is like, and I enjoy this kind of game, but I suppose you do that already. For now, we're going to send you guys off to... Oh, there's really no one in the category, I guess. Alright then. In that case, we're just going to sign out for the night. It has been a great time, a great day. A little bit of a shorter stream, but I'm okay with this. But for now, have a good night, everyone. I'll see you guys later.